Hey everybody, Dr. Lisa Thompson here of drlisamthompson.com, and I'm coming to you from my home office outside of Eden Prairie, Minnesota. And welcome to another edition of The Doctor Is In live on this beautiful first day of October. I cannot believe we are in the final stretch of 2016. And for some of you, you might be thinking, I can't believe how fast the year is going, and some of you may have been looking back at your goals and thinking, did I really accomplish everything that I wanted to? And I want to give you some great news today that it's 2016, it's not over yet, and you can still have a big breakthrough and success in your business. Hi, Anita, glad that you're watching today. Is depending upon your DOM, your D-O-M, and this was something that was a huge breakthrough for me when I started my business, and that is your daily method of operation. That's what a DOM is. And so often, hey Jackie, glad to have you on the show today, is, hey Ron, it's morning, it's morning over in over out on the West Coast, and for you too, Anita, you're up in Alaska, but out here, it's about 2:30, getting ready to do this Facebook Live before the big Badger game going on. So we're talking about the daily method of operation, and this is something very important when you are doing a business, because this is what many home business owners, we fail to understand this when we get started. And what we think is that initially, what I remember when I started mine back in 2010, hey Junie, I missed you too yesterday, is we mistake activity for accomplishment, where we're going to get started with a business, especially an online business, and we want to have, we get up into this minutia of doing like, I got to get my blog set up, or I have to get my autoresponder set up with my email messages. And we spend all this time on activities that are not getting us leads and sales. And I remember this is true story, guys, I spent almost 3 years working on a blog before I even published it. Because I would sit there and tinker. I'd be playing with different plugins, I'd be testing out different themes, and I'd be addicted to every little shiny object out there. Hi, Teresa. Glad to have you on the show today. And what it did is, here I thought I was making all this progress, the site's coming up nicely, but I had no leads, I had no sales, and I had no content. So it was just this getting ready to get ready. Now, I want you guys to think about, for those who are having jobs, and you go to a job, and it doesn't matter what job you have a daily method of operation. Now, I still have my speech therapy practice, so when I go into work on Monday, I have a daily method of operation. I have a schedule of where I see patients. I also have to attend meetings, and I also have to write up reports and meet with doctors and show progress on my patients. Okay, I have a daily method of operation that I have to do in order to be successful at my job and get paid. If you're a teacher, you have a daily method of operation. You've got lesson plans you got to do. You've got to meet with parents. You have teacher meetings, meetings with the principal. Everything involved there. If you work in an office, you have a daily method of operation in order to do your tasks to get paid. And we forget that in our home business. And see, now we're our own boss. And we have to be responsible for getting the leads. And for me being in healthcare, the doctors send the referrals to me. But in my business, I have to be the one going out and getting the leads. And in order to get the leads, you only have to do 3 things. That's the crazy part. You think that, oh my gosh, I have to have all this time to go out and try to build a business. I have to do all of these activities. But you don't. It only boils down to 3 simple activities. And we're going to break them down right now. The first activity is you got to create a piece of content every single day. Okay? And it's very important that you do that. And it doesn't matter what type of content it is. It could be a blog post. It could be a Facebook Live like what I'm doing here right now. It could be just a standard video that you're going to shoot and put on your blog or put it on your social media. It could be a content social media status update or an infographic you're putting out. Maybe you're doing a podcast. Whatever it is, you have to be doing content every single day, and especially in the beginning because you have to build that audience. You see, people's attention spans have shrunk so much in the last 10 years, and I brought this up a couple of weeks ago on one of my very first Facebook Lives, and I came across a statistic that blew me out of the water, that human beings' attention spans today with social media is less than a goldfish. Okay? A goldfish has an attention span of 9 seconds. Human beings now have an attention span of 7. Think about that. Isn't that pretty scary that our attention spans have shrunk that much? And because they've shrunk that much, it is so, so, so important that you've got content coming out every day so they remember who you are. Because out of sight, out of mind. I'm sorry, doing one piece of content a week or 3 times a week is not going to cut it. Okay? If you want to close out 2016 and end it on a great note and have massive momentum coming in for 17, you have got to start doing content every single day. And it doesn't need to be, your blog posts don't need to be 2,000 word essays. Okay? You don't have to do a 30-minute Facebook Live every day. Okay? You just need to put out a tip, a piece of content that's going to help your market solve their problem. It can even be for your content. You can have themes set up. For example, you could do a Motivation Monday theme where you're going to share a quote such as you could share a quote that you learned from a book and what that meant to you and that you're giving that value to them. All right? You could do another quote or, like a Tech Tuesday. You could share a tech tip relevant to your market. You can have something for Thankful Thursday, sharing a piece of gratitude. Friday could be a Follow Friday. Who would you recommend that they follow that is a leader in your niche? You can do things on Saturday. You can put themes out that people will look forward to. You can be as creative as you want with your content, but get something out. Now, it doesn't need to be perfect. Understand that. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to get started, because when you're getting started, you're going to be excited and you're going to share things. And guess what? People are going to be attracted to that. And people are going to be watching you and seeing you grow. And the amazing thing is they may not join you now or buy your product or join your business. But if they are a loyal follower, they're going to see in time like, wow, look at the change that you had. I want that too. So that's why it's really important to do a piece of content every single day. The second thing that you have to do that's very, very important is you have to meet 10 new people every single day. This is huge. And there are so many ways you can meet people online. You see, there's this big fallacy that people do online business because they're afraid of face-to-face rejection from people. And I see this with the network marketing industry all the time. Because here's what happens, is that people, they sign up to be in network marketing. They get their distributor kit. And then their sponsor says to them, everyone is your market. Everyone's your prospect. Make out your list of 100. And then what happens is you go and you talk to your friends and family, people you know, and they're going to say, no, 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 no. Well, number one, they're not in your market to begin with. Okay, they're not looking for an opportunity. And then guess what happens? You get all these no's and rejection. Nobody likes to be rejected. So they go online thinking, well, I'm not going to have to deal with that face-to-face rejection. But guess what, guys? Who's on the other side of the screen? On the smartphone devices, on the desktop and laptop. It's another human being. You're still going to get the rejection, but you can go about, instead of pitching everybody, you learn how to do attraction marketing. You learn how to provide value. You see, your content is going to attract people to you. Remember, you're looking for people who are looking for you. And that's why you need to know your market. Know who your market is. If you're in health and wellness, who are you marketing to in health and wellness? All right. If your company is dealing with lead generation, who are you targeting that's struggling with lead generation? Okay. That's what you focus on. You know, it's kind of like, I'm just going to give you an example. October is National Physical Therapy Month. Okay. So if you ever had physical therapy, go make sure you thank your physical therapist. Now, a physical therapist opening up a private practice or clinic, they're not going to go out and look for people who aren't in pain. All right. Physical therapist is going to target people who have pain and can't move. All right. That's their market. And so when you go out and meet people, you're meeting people in your market who need help solving a problem. And there are many ways you can do this. Social media makes this easy peasy, especially in Facebook. All right. For example, you can go into Facebook groups. You can find people, there's groups for everybody on Facebook. I'll take the physical therapist example. All right. Let's say you're a physical therapist. You're in your own network marketing business, promoting a health and wellness product. And you're learning how to teach, and you're learning lead generation as well. So you could go into, Facebook where there are physical therapists, private practice. All right. And you can go talk to those other physical therapists and say, look, I just learned a new strategy on how to get leads for your practice using Facebook Live or using paid Facebook ads. Okay, you can go out and meet people that way. Teresa just asked a great question here, and I'm just going to read it out loud. Do you actually have to talk to 10, or does sending messages and interacting on the page of 10 count? Actually interacting with people. You want to be meeting them. If they respond back to you, that's an interaction. Okay, so what you can do is go in and find people in these different Facebook groups and reach out to them. You can start conversations. You're not selling them, all right, when you're meeting them. You're just meeting new people. You're expanding your network, okay? You're looking to make new friends. You're looking to socialize. You're looking for people that you have things in common with. So what you can do is go into, let's say you love to travel, all right? You go into different travel groups. And you can go and meet up with people. And you can comment on their posts. Start conversations. Okay? You can go in and say, hey, I love that picture where you went on that trip to Belize. I've never been there. Tell me more about it. Or maybe you've been to the same, someone's talking about going somewhere where you've been. Hey, you're going to love it out there. Here's here's what I found out. ... Sharing knowledge, just being friendly, okay? And the conversation will take the turn. And we'll talk about that at another point in another Facebook Live where we talk about when do you present your opportunity. But right now, meeting 10 new people. And you can also be going out and following new people as well. So if you go into different groups, that's why you need to have your Facebook follow button activated. You can find it in the settings section of Facebook in your settings profile. Make sure that that's activated, because what you can do, instead of sending Facebook friendship requests out to everybody, that only maxes out at 5,000. You can follow as many people as you want, all right? And people can follow you as well. And then your information that you post on the timelines will show up, and people can also like, comment, and share on your posts if they're following you. So that's just very important that you're out and meeting 10 new people. And you can do it very easily. See, this daily method of operation, guys, it can be done in 15-minute increments. So you can go over a lunch period and you can go in and follow, 10 or 15 people and start some conversations. Okay? Don't have to be really in-depth at the beginning, but you can initiate, and you will be surprised when you are genuine. When you are genuine. That's why you got to read How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. When you are interested in someone, they will reciprocate and be interested in you as well. Okay, people can smell a pitch a mile away. be genuine, and be authentic. Now, the third thing you can do in your daily method of operation, you need to email your list, okay? So as you're building your list, there's many ways to do this, all right? I'm going to teach two. One way is you want to make sure when you're doing your content, you're putting some form of a call to action for people to opt in and get some training from you, or get on your newsletter where you're going to send them things, okay? So you make sure you have that on your blog posts. Make sure you have that, you know, if you're doing any type of video, or you're doing, even if you're doing Instagram marketing, putting a link to a call to action for people to get on your newsletter. Now, another great way to do this is that Aweber, an autoresponder that I use, has an app where you can go in and you can download that app to your phone. And what this does is when you're talking with people and you're engaging in conversations, you can say, hey, you know, I've got a great newsletter where I help people do ... With your permission, may I add you to it? So now you don't, and then what you can do is you can literally go in and add somebody's email on that app, okay? And now they're added to their email list, and you can do that very, very quickly. And now all they need is their email address. They don't have to fill in anything else. It's like exchanging a business card. How simple is that? You know, your smartphone is only considered smart if you're using it the right way. I learned that from Ed Zimbardi, a really good friend of mine. But that's a way you can really build your business in 15-minute increments. Okay, so having that app installed, I cannot remember the name of it, but if you go in, it's available for both Android and Mac. You can type it in, just say Aweber, and it will come up with that app. You download it totally free. People, just make sure on there that you have, the right list you want to add them to, and then you're set. How about that? That's your daily method of operation. And when I started doing that, back in May of 2013, my whole business changed. And now I'm making daily sales. I'm getting leads. Yeah, it does, Anita. It's very, very cool. I learned that from Diane Hockman. If you're not following Diane Hockman, you got to follow her. She's a good friend of mine, and she is she's someone who has she's a housewife, all right? And right now, she wins affiliate contests. She's a top affiliate in the company that I'm associated with. And what that does, it's Adam. Thank you, Junie. You rock. It's Adam from Aweber, all right? And then thank you, Teresa. I'm so glad you guys brought that up. I couldn't think of it right off the top of my head. But that's what I want you guys to be doing is, use that Adam app, all right? And you could be even meeting people, like let's say you're out, out and about, and you're talking with people, oh, what are you doing? Well, I help marketers build their brand to get more leads and sales using social media. Oh, cool. And you could set up conversations, and you might run into people like, well, I'm looking to do something with my website, and I'm running into these challenges. Hey, great. Tell you what, I have a great newsletter that can help you with those. And I send almost on a daily basis content that will help you build your blog and get leads. With your permission, give me your email address. May I add you to my list? And they'll be like, oh, sure. Look at that. I mean, really quick conversation. And people will be willing to do that because they're not being sold. You're giving value to them. Okay? So think of that Aweber Adam as your business card. You're exchanging information. And people will be really grateful to it, and especially if you're writing emails. Now, here's the key now. When you write to your list, you don't want to be sending them, pitch after pitch after pitch. We follow what's called the 80-20 rule, all right? So that means for every 10 emails you send out, 8 of them are value-based. So you're sending them content that they're going to love, all right? Like free trainings. I'm always emailing my list every single day when I do a blog post, okay? And whenever there's an upcoming training or a free webinar, I'm going to let them know about it. Then 2 posts are always going to be promotional, where I'm going to promote a product or I'm going to promote my business. So there is an element for monetizing. But you don't want to just sit there, because people will jump off the list if you're doing nothing but sell, 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 sell. So you want to do 8 emails that are promotional, 2 that, or 8, excuse me, that are value, 2 that are promotional. I got that mixed up there. But that's what you want to focus on, okay? And that's very, very easy. So that's your daily method of operation. So if you start doing that today, 1 piece of content, meet 10 new people, and you write to your list every day, you're going to see a dramatic change in your results. Because if you meet 10 new people every day, and let's say you get, we have, looking at like 90, 100 days left in the year. All right. So in the next 100 days, you could go in, literally, and let's say you only got 3 new people you added to your list in that 100 days. Guess what? That's, if you add 3 people, that you've built a really nice list. And the people on that list know you. And if you're giving good value and they stay with you, you're going to make a couple of sales. And then all you have to do now is scale. Think about that. Your simple 3-step process, your DOM, can be done in 15 minutes. So make sure you write that, write down when you're going to be doing those 3 steps, and show everything for you. So did you all get value today? If so, leave a comment and share. Now make sure that you hit the button up in the upper right hand corner of your screen. That's a notification button. And when you do that, what will happen is anytime I go live on Facebook, and Monday through Friday, it's always going to be at 4:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 Central, 1:30 Pacific, Facebook is going to send you a notification that I am on. That way you can come on when I'm live and we can sit and have a conversation. Yep, I love you too, Teresa. You're awesome. And that way we can have a great conversation, because I love dialoguing with you guys. I really love sharing and having that interaction, because there's nothing better when you interact live with people. There's a excitement and energy that builds. Now, if you want to know more in depth about this 3-step daily method of operation and where I learned it from, here's what I would want you to do. At the conclusion of this video, I'm going to put in the comments section a link that you can click on and you can learn everything about it. Okay? So make sure you tune in tomorrow, and we're going to be talking on spiritual. I like to do on Sundays a spiritual segment. And we're going to be talking tomorrow. I just kind of had a big aha about this. How the 4 Gospels in the New Testament can teach you about entrepreneurship. You're going to be really excited, because I had this mind-blowing thing happen to me when I was in the shower the other day. And I was like, wow, this is really cool. So I can't wait to share with you my insights on that tomorrow. So make sure you tune in. I don't know what time I'm going to be on tomorrow, so make sure that you do hit the button up there, the notification button, that when I will be going live. That way you'll see that Facebook will let you know, and then I will talk to you tomorrow. So meanwhile, enjoy this fall afternoon, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.